In this episode of the Heart to Heart Chat series, you're going to learn why it is important to understand the role of the heart and the role of your brain, and how you can leverage on the power of the heart and the brain to achieve whatever you want. Hi, this is Vasudevan, author of Follow Your Heart, Your Brain is Stupid. This channel is dedicated to those of you who wish to take charge of your life and to create a life of joy, freedom, and happiness. Introspect and apply in your lives to create the life that you desire. We would feel extremely blessed if this channel could in any way help you achieve the life that you desire. This particular episode features a heart-to-heart conversation with Tina, a professional and a homemaker who understood the power of the heart and the brain and leveraged it extremely well to navigate through some of the challenges in her life. If you are one of those many or most who are caught in that classical dilemma of whether to listen to your heart and follow your passion, or whether to listen to your brain and follow the safe and logical path, this episode is for you. So watch it till the very end. Take notes, and whatever is relevant, apply them in your life. With that, without wasting any more time, let's jump right into the interview. Hi, Tina.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to this episode of the Heart to Heart Chat series. I'm glad to have you here, and thanks for accepting my invitation to join me in this chat show.
It's my pleasure, and this is usually always with me.
Oh, wow.
And I have officially appointed you my Guruji. It is a true honor to be here, and hopefully I have been able to do justice to all your principles.
I'm flattered. Viewers, we have with us a very special guest, someone you will be able to relate to extremely well. Tina is a language instructor by profession and a homemaker by choice. Teaching is an integral part of her DNA, and she loves teaching. She loves reading and writing, and she's also very fond of music and dance. Incidentally, she had read my book, Follow Your Heart, Your Brain is Stupid, and she had also attended one of the programs. And today, she's going to share with us how she navigated through some of the challenges in her life, applying some of the principles from the book, and how it has changed her life. This is going to be an extremely interesting episode, which you will be able to relate to in your life, introspect, and implement some of the learnings in your life. So stay tuned, watch it till the very end. Tina, once again, Thank you for joining me for this chat show, and over to you if you can share with our viewers a bit about your life journey, and then we'll progress from there.
When I have to talk about my life journey, I have always considered myself a gypsy. You know, when you have a dad working in ITC, every 3 years we were on the move, and believe me, I have enjoyed that life. You know, every time it was time to move, it was like, now what? Now where are we going? So I was always a heart person. And at times, I think where I should have used my head, our brain, I have used my heart. Like, I was very fond of maths. You know, it's like I come from a family where both my parents were good in maths. There was no tension in maths. So I believe that since I'm so good in maths, I like maths, I don't need to practice. And then obviously, if you don't practice maths, you don't do well in maths. And I used to be of the thinking that no, but I like the subject, so technically I should be doing very well. But that's not how maths work. Similarly, when life caught on and, you know, I had to become more grounded. And when I should have made a lot of decisions with my heart, that's when the brain decided to take over. So there was that eternal confusion, is why is it that I get everything so wrong? It's only after reading your book is when I discovered is that I've been doing all the wrong things at the wrong, time. So probably that's why I have made a mess out of most of the things in my life. So it gave me a perspective. And I won't say that life is absolutely 100%, gone back to being perfect. But yes, it has helped me to make a lot of changes, especially my decision-making skills. I was too scared to make decisions. I left it to others so that if anything goes wrong, it's their fault. I know I have passed on responsibility and never taken, but this book really helped me, get my life in order. So, yes.
Wow, thanks. Thanks. That was very interesting. As I said, and you would have realized that our life revolves around the decisions that we make, right? Ultimately, whatever decision we made in the past has brought us to this particular situation in our life. And going forward, whatever decisions we make today are going to decide the future, right? The problem is, most of us, it becomes extremely challenging when it comes to take some decision, especially the important ones. We get torn between whether I should listen to what my heart is saying versus whether I should listen to what my brain is saying, right? If you can share one or two instances in your life, in your journey, where you were caught in that conflict and how were you able to maneuver through that? That will be of interest to our viewers also.
When it comes to one of the greatest challenges in my life, okay, it has been more a issue of relationships. That is where I think my decision-making skill needed maximum attention. And it again goes back to my root and my mother. Because what I realized is my mother has been a major influence in my life, In fact, not just my life, everybody in my family, and you know her very well. And she is a very loving person.
Correct.
Okay, she doesn't believe in the word called dominating. She doesn't believe in that word. She believes she's generally loving and nurturing, and she has the capacity of making decisions for everyone else, because the rest of us are incapable, because that is her belief, her. So I always resented her for that, till I realized that she has managed to do all of that is because the rest of us took a backseat, allowed her to make all the decisions, and then conveniently blamed her. And because of my relation with her, I've always chosen friends and people who are just like her. I agree, she's the drama queen and all of that, but eventually what happens is that deep down became my comfort zone. Unknowingly, they say you speak about the law of attraction in the book. So that's where again there was a major thing of the brain and the heart. Getting a balance between that, because she is the kind of my brain who told me what to do, and even when my mother was not there, she was constantly talking in my mind. Eventually, when the heart took over, and I realized that I have also become unnecessarily hard and just let it take its natural course. And today I can say I have made peace with a woman who I never thought I could understand or bond with.
Right.
So yes, if anything, the day I made peace with my mother is when I started making peace with the rest of my relationship where I was going all wrong. She is the emotional side. That's the main journey I would like to talk about.
How did what you learned through the course or the book, what were some of the realization, if you can share with the viewers, because that will be of value to them?
Okay. Number one is the importance of living in the now. Most of my problems again stemmed from the fact what had happened in the past, why, how, it could have been this, it could have been that, and my God, what will happen for the future? So I realized I was not living in the now. And if you really concentrate on the fact, what problems do I have right now? Nothing. As you mentioned in the book, I said, no, I will find something that is bothering me in the now. And I realized, oh my God, there is no problem in the now. What has happened and what will happen? And I'm just spoiling everything. So that realization, this book made me realize a lot of things. Then another thing, the importance of meditation. Just give 10-15 minutes in a day and calm your mind. It really helps. I really didn't think I was a meditation kind of person, but if you just have to give 10-15 minutes a day, it's helping yourself. Another important thing I learned, and I'm trying to practice on a regular basis, I do miss it out at times, is the importance of being grateful. I keep concentrating, ye nahi hai, wo nahi hai, and I forget to appreciate and thank the Almighty for all the good things I have. The fact that, when I needed help and I have so many helpful people and people who love me, instead I concentrate on, these people have not been good to me. So yes, the importance of gratitude in one's life. It's very important. It keeps you very grounded and it brings happiness and abundance. You suddenly realize, oh my God, God has given me so much. So it really, gives and attracts happiness into your life. So yes, these 3 things have really helped.
Viewers, what is very important, which she shared with us, is the first thing is on living in the now. Most of our problems, our source of unhappiness, is because we always live either in the past. We keep thinking about what went wrong, why that person talked to me in such a manner, why that person insulted me, how that person cheated me, etc. And what happens is that when you are thinking about those moments become live, as if it's just happening, and that thing could have happened maybe 10 years back, maybe 15 years ago. But when you start reliving or talking about it, even thinking about it, you start experiencing the same negative emotion that you experienced when it actually happened 10 years ago or 15 years ago. And that pulls you down. Also, when you think about the future, we start worrying about what's going to happen to my child, what's going to happen if this business doesn't work. Multiple things we keep worrying about what's going to happen in the future. In doing this, what happens is we miss the opportunity to enjoy situation right now, because the only reality is the now. Past is gone, over, chapter close. What's going to happen in the future? You don't know, I don't know, nobody knows. What's the point worrying about that? The only thing you can think about or live is in the now, and that's a very, very important. It's not easy. Our mind goes into the past or into the future, and we keep worrying. This is one of the main causes of worry. And as Tina rightly said, ask yourself this question: what am I worried about right now? Right now means not 1 minute later or not 1 minute earlier. What am I worried about right now? And you will realize that there is nothing for you to worry about. The other thing is about, as you said, gratitude. Gratitude is something which will give you that happiness. What's the principle behind it? It's simple thing is, we always look at the things that we don't have. We compare ourselves to others. We think, oh, look at that person. That person is, having this particular car. The person is going to that vacation, etc. We forget about what all we have. Right? That is the next cause of unhappiness. We don't know how to enjoy what we have. We keep thinking about what we don't have, and that causes unhappiness in us. let's face it, we are flooded by social media posts. And we all start thinking that whatever people are posting are that reality. Actually, that's not true. Most of the times, they post whatever happened in their life, which has been good, and we think all that there is to their life is that. But what is actually happening, we don't know, because nobody wants to share their unhappiness or their failures on social media. They'll only share whatever is their achievements, and we start thinking that they are so successful, they're so happy, they're so contented, and we start thinking, but I am not at all happy. This is not happening in my life. We forget about whatever the good things in our life, and that's the biggest problem. And Tina, my question to you is, are you following those principles regularly, or is it?
I do follow the principles.
Yeah.
And another thing, I keep doing various courses. I like keeping my self updated and enriched. And believe me, these principles are also the foundation of other courses. Because recently I am doing another course. It's a kind of an awakening your inner goddess. It's a women empowerment thing. The lady talks about the same principles, and that is when every time I go on a backseat where I forget, there the universe again does things to put me back on track. As they say, I also believe in the law of attraction. I also do tarot cards. Okay, I'm a tarot card reader. So that is something I really don't talk about too much, but I do it occasionally. And that also works on the law of attraction, which says, ask, believe, and you shall receive. That's what and it really works. Yes, that's another principle that I strongly believe in, but I didn't get a chance to mention that. Yes, the law of attraction is something that I've also been working at.
Right. And in fact, Tina, see, especially for ladies, it becomes much more challenging compared to men. And I'm not favoring the ladies, but for a lady, it becomes more challenging for balancing out the family, the husband, the children, the house, their own profession, etc. It becomes far more challenging compared to guys, right? How did you navigate through this? You did share a few things with me, because I'm sure there'll be many ladies watching this. The ladies tend to sacrifice life for their family. However, there are only very few who are able to strike the right balance. So did you face some similar challenges? And if you did, how did you navigate through that?
Okay. See, I've been working from age 18. I went in to do my CA. So with that came the articleship. That was for 3 years. That's where I met my husband. And the CA didn't happen. As I say, CA ke saath BA ho gaya. So I got married. I went as far as my interns, but I realized I really wasn't cut out for CA, because I have a different kind of interest, and I'm more a humanities person, which I of course realized later on. And I eventually came across an institute called Inlingua, and I trained under them and became a spoken English teacher. And it was a beautiful journey. I have taught a lot of students who couldn't speak the language, gave them the confidence to believe in themselves so that they could speak the language. That's all I had to do. Just give them the confidence and revive the faith that yes, you can do it. Eventually, there came a point of time where it became very difficult managing a job and the household, because my husband was always traveling, and my daughter was growing up. There was her pressure. So till class 10, I managed to keep the career. Then I chose to give up on work and concentrate on home, because that's when, she really needed me. Her father was not around. And after that, I took on little projects that was freelancing. Right now, as things stand, I do more of NGO work and all of that. And I am more a homemaker now. I don't really have a career anymore. And yeah, part of it, I feel that, if I had probably kept my career, then would things have been different. But on hindsight, it's okay. I managed to do both, and I had a good experience. I have a relation, I managed a home, a beautiful daughter. I don't know whether I've made my husband very happy, but that's a different story altogether because he's not very communicative, but it's okay. He has basically been a support where I've needed him in areas where I wanted to, study or, pursue certain things. On serious things in life, he's all my support. But otherwise, doesn't want or like to have conversations. So other than that, I think life has been fairly good by God's grace. Don't know whether I've done a marvelous job, but I think I am who I am and life has shaped out pretty well.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, Tina, what is important is you should never have any regrets in your life, right? What is important is whatever decision we take at different points in our life were right at that point of time. When we look back 10 years down the line, we may think, okay, I should have done this, I should have done that, but that is irrelevant, has got no meaning. It will only create regret in your life. So whatever's happened, perfect. That's what it is, and that should be the way of thinking for us. Now, what can I do with my life? What is it that I can do? What is going to give me happiness? What is going to give me that fulfillment is what is important. And that's what all of us have to understand and practice in our life. So Tina, based on your experience, what would be one or two things that you would like to leave our viewers with, which they can also take away from this conversation?
Well, another thing is it's very important to build relationships in life, which includes when you want good friends in life, you have to first know how to be a good friend. When you are judging other people, end of it is you're judging yourself. So, if we learn how to be less judgmental of other people and try to bring about the change in ourselves. It's all very easy to criticize others when we don't try and understand where we are not doing things right. So, end of it, you can't change anybody else. The only thing you can change your attitude towards life. So, these are my main two takeaways.
Great. I think that was a very, very important point that you made, that you have only control over yourself. The only person you can change is yourself. Unfortunately, most of us want to change everybody else. They don't even bother about looking inside and seeing what is in my power. I cannot change anybody, whether it's my parent, whether it's my child, whether it's my spouse, not possible. But we think everybody should change, they should behave the way that we want them to behave. We start having expectations, and that's the main reason that we tend to become unhappy and dissatisfied, right? Thanks a lot, Tina, for those were very insightful things that you shared with our viewers. I'm sure viewers, you would have enjoyed this conversation with Tina, and hopefully
and
you would have.
Thank you, Vasu.
And yep, pleasure's mine, Tina, and hopefully you would have been able to relate to some of these. If you enjoyed this conversation, this particular video, do like and consider subscribing to our channel. And if you have any specific question with regard to this particular episode, anything, any doubts, any additional information you want, feel free to write in the comment, and I promise you I'll get back to you within 48 hours. And thank you very much once again, Tina, and thank you all for watching this video till the very end. And bye for now, and see you in the next. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Tina. Thank you.
Bye.